Hello, Internet. Uh, Saga, Book 32. Really good stuff. So let's get to it. We start off with Alana and Marco. So it's back to the Alana and Marco show and where they're at. That's pretty much the main thrust of this issue was Alana and Marco tracking down Hazel, finding out where she's at. But we start off with Alana and Marco in some parking garage. Well, I don't know where they're at. They're in some building, some structure, and there's a security guard there. And then you can tell it's like, they're faking because it's like, it just seems like weird that like what's going on. They're just trying to like get the security guard like knocked out or whatever. And so they're going like through this whole spiel. And then, like, some way through, the security guard's like, wait a minute, because Alana says something like, oh, I was leaving accounting early, or late, rather. And this guy, he grabbed me and out of nowhere. And then Marco's doing the whole bad cop thing of like, yeah. Because he's got her by like the throat and he's like, make a move and I'm going to kill her. It's pretty weird. It's pretty funny. And it's like kind of so out of character for him. So you can like totally tell they're acting. And then like by the time it's over, the security guard's like, wait a minute. At first he's like, whoa. Don't do anything crazy, man. But then he's like, wait a minute. Accounting never works late. And then Alana's like, I knew I should have said shipping. And so he shoots at Marco, but he has his shield, so he blocks the bullet. And then he like blows some sort of like magical dust to like knock out the guard and make him fall asleep. And Alana's like, oh man, that was the last of the sleeping stuff your dad had, so you could just knock him out, dude. And he's like, no, that wouldn't have been, that's just not me or whatever. Or no, I shouldn't have. And so that happens, and then Alana has this acorn. I don't remember the significance of acorns and the tree ship, so forgive me. But it plays in like a later part. But she has like this acorn, and she's like, she won't let me down. Talking about the ship, how it's going to pick us up, and then apparently they had also like bribed someone to like give them info about what they were looking for and where it was at, and like their tips and stuff. And so they're working their way through this building. And then you have some narration from Hazel about, in some ways my parents were never closer than in the years after mom lost me, but reconnected with dad. And then, like, about their tireless search for her brought them together. But then it was, like, kind of an uneasy alliance because it had all this sexual tension. And they're like, and there's, like, this unsaid vow of, like, they're not going to, make any moves on each other until they find her. But it was, like, never said, but it was, like, it's like, yeah. It's great. It's funny. And so they're going up this elevator chute and they get to this door and they're like, it's made of dragon bone. You can't just like knock it down or shoot it out. And Alana says something and then oh yeah, and then like Marco's like trying to get the gun from her and they're talking about the time on that one planet with the when like Alana was on, what was it called? Fadeaway, and then Marco was like, it was implied that he was cheating on her with with Hazel's dance teacher or whatever, and they're talking about some stuff like that. And like it seems it's like basically it's like it's in the past and they've moved on and they've gotten over it and like they've made up and stuff. And so that happens, and then Alana gives him the gun because she has a gun that they took from the security guard, and like he does this magic thing, turns it into a key, and opens the door, and then she's like, man, I hope my daughter never learns how to do that. And then Marco's like, I would hope that grandmother's already taught her the basics and all this stuff. And then like there's this part where like Marco's about to get like into like the whole like what is up with the space magic, because Alana's like, well, you can't just blah, like, or yeah, you can't just conjure it out of thin air and blah 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 or something. And then Marco's like, well, what your people call magic is actually an extremely complicated process of, but then Alana like interrupts him and she's like, alright, I got it. And they're looking for this manifest, I guess, on ships, and so they found it, and it was basically the hoof or the transport ship that was captured in the last issue with the grandma, Hazel, and the Last Revolution lady. I can't remember her name, even though I just talked about it in the last video or whatever. So those three, Lexi, yeah, that's what it was. And so those three, and they find the manifest, and they find the ship, and they find where it's going, and they're like, wait, how's it going back to landfall doesn't make any sense. Like we would never hold horned civilians, prisoners or otherwise, on our planet. And then Alana's like, well, maybe we would do it to deter Ruth from ever breaking the. And then she's like interrupted. So it's like, okay, well, do they have some sort of treaty? Which I doubt they do, because it's wartime. Some sort of like, I don't know. It's like now I'm kind of like wondering like what did, like, do they have some sort of like thing or like they have their civilians so they won't invade, or just like full invasion. I don't know. Guess we'll find out, or not. It could just be a throwaway line. What do I know, right? And then like after that's happened, or like right as she says that, and she's interrupted by the constables that were sent, because when they were fighting the guard, he was able to like radio like, oh, I'm being blah blah blah. He didn't finish the sentence, but he's like, there's a break-in at, and then it cuts out because he got knocked out. But it's pretty cool design on these guys, because it's like they have this like SWAT gear, and they have the it's weird, but it's cool because they have like the SWAT gear, and they're like a fire type. It's hard to describe, but it's neat. And then they don't have limbs, so they are like ethereal and vaporous, but they are like fire. They're like fire personified, but they have no like, hands or I guess ethereal and vaporous, but in fire form is what I'm saying. So they're in like these suits of like fire, and they have like SWAT gear on them. They have like this metal that's a star, so you can tell that they're like, I know it's supposed to mean like they're, I don't know if it means that they're like, sheriffs or marshals or something, but it just means they're constables, I guess, like a badge or something. So that's like, you could look at them and tell that they're the authority. And like these helmets that have like fire going out of the top too, and these like goggles and stuff. It's pretty cool. And knee pads. So that happens. They break in, and then let's see. They're like, yeah, you're under arrest, and then they're like, yeah, you're not going to go anywhere because, we're fire people. There's no way you're going to beat us in this encounter we're about to have. And then the law's like, oh yeah, well, this building's about to be a dust cloud by the time that your backup arrives. And then one of them's talking to him, and then like somebody else like says, hey chief, something's coming, looking out the window. And then like, there's their tree ships on the way. And then one of them's like, is that? And then Alana's like, our comrades just launched a missile at this dump, destroying the red tape that holds this unjust war together is a cause my partner and I are more than ready to die for. And then one of them's like, oh crap, these guys must be part of that Lost Revolution death cult, let's get out of here. And so they run away. And then, let's see. Marco's like, yeah, you're a pretty good actor. And then I was like, yeah, thanks, but I'm not really sure if the ship's not going to bring this place down, since I've never tried this before. And then she has like the acorn, and she puts it in her blouse, and then she's like, all right, I'm going to jump out. And it's cool because like, yeah, she jumps out, she throws the chair through her window, and like she jumps out and she's flying with her wings, which she like has only ever used like one other time. So it's like, it's cool to like see her like finally use them more often. And she's like, okay. And she's like hovering outside the window. Okay, Marco, just jump at my waist as the rocket passes under me, and then we can like both land into the ship. And then Marco's like, wait, you expect me to hitch a ride on a moving rocket? And then it's cool, like the next section, because basically she gives him this look, and it's Hazel narrating, and it's like, her eyes said it all. You married me, didn't you? And then he jumps, grabs her, and then they land, and it's safe, and it's like, oh yeah. And then there's like more narration about like the unspoken vow, like unspoken or otherwise. My parents had always sucked at vows during the blah 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 blah, whatever. Let's see. Oh yeah, she says like basically, like until they found that piece of paper that said like where she was at, they thought they were dead the whole time, and then like and then it goes to like them. Well, I guess it's not them making out. It's like them after they made out, and they're like, yep, okay. So, time to find Prince Robot, because we're going to need his help on this one. And who says it first? Let's see. Oh, Marco's like, we're going to need him, aren't we? And Alana's like, yep. And Marco's like, dang it. And they're just like, yep, if we got to get back to landfall, we're going to need the prince on this one. And then we go to Prince Robot and where he's at, which we don't know where he's at because it doesn't say. But it's pretty cool. This part I thought was pretty awesome because you see Prince Robot, but he's been demoted to a knight. It's great. And so he has like, and it's cool too what they did with him. Like they gave him a bow and arrow, so it's like Prince Robot with bow and arrow. I thought that was like, I saw that and I was like, that's it. I was like, I didn't think I could like Prince Robot more, and they made him more awesome by giving him more weaponry. He has a sword and a bow and arrow, and he's just like a knight errant. And it's like, what? Knight errant Prince Robot? That's so awesome. But then like Goose is calling him Prince Robot. He's like, Goose, what we're talking, like, dude, I'm just a squire now. Or not, I'm sorry, not a squire. I'm a knight. Don't call me Prince Robot because my dad all went and demoted me or whatever, and now I'm just a knight errant. And then then Goose is like, oh, there's a ship coming. It's Prince Marco and Alana. We're gonna help him, right? And he's like, and Prince Robot's like, we are getting the F out of here. We are not helping those two. Get the F away from those guys. Everything they touch turns to crap. They're black holes of terribleness, and anything around them dies. No, we're not helping them. And so they're having this discussion, and then Goose is like, "But don't you want Princeling to meet?" And then like Prince Robot it's gonna take me a while to like stop calling him that because Prince Robot was my dude. Knight Sir Robot is all my son's name is Squire, and if you ever again call him by another title, I swear all. But then before you can finish it, Squire, no longer Princeling, who's also I think aged up a bit and grew up a bit. I think that they totally, because like the last time he was a baby, so it's like now he's not a baby. He's like walking around. But I guess like maybe with the drones, maybe they just grow up faster because he seems like he's like even outaged both Hazel and Sophie. So yeah, but cause like I was thinking about that like when I was like looking at that part of like there's like multiple children in the story. But anyway, so Squire's all like Papa, a shooting star, and then like also when he says that, you can see on Prince Robot's face he gets like a rainbow. so it's like having his son around him is like making him happy. So that was awesome too. Cause it's been a long time since we'd seen like any positive expressions on Prince Robot's face. It's been a long time. But yeah, and then so yeah, Squire's just like, there's a shooting star. What should we wish for? And that's like the last line, and that's the end of that one. As he has this like goose with a arrow in it that knight errant Sir Robot has shot, or yeah, shot with an arrow because you shoot arrows. That was awesome. I was like, the whole sequence of like them getting the stuff. Wow, I'm sorry. The whole sequence of Alana and Marco getting the the manifest to find Hazel was cool, and then like the whole like uneasy alliance of like, okay, how are they doing? And we find out that they finally like gotten over their stuff and moved on. That was cool. Man, that part with Prince Robot, man, I thought that was awesome because I was just like, more Prince Robot is always a good thing. And it's like, and then it's cool because like for me, I was totally thinking after the last arc of having the Will come in to hunt down Prince Robot that they would have to like probably be traveling with Marco and Alana to see Marco and Alana like not with him at the beginning of this, and then like end up. Well, I guess we'll still see after the next issue, but that's what I thought was going to happen because the first arc was you had Prince Robot looking for Alana and Marco because he had been ordered to do that, and then after Dango, wait, hold on. Yeah, the sequence of events, man, that led them to them all to crisscross was just so good because you had Alana and Marco running from everybody pretty much, and then Prince Robot on their tail, and then the Will also looking for them. Oh wait, no, the Will was on the hunt for Prince Robot because he killed the stalker. I can't remember. It's whatever, dude. It was like a 3-way crisscross of like people hunting other people down, and just like stuff's going down. And now it's like we have like a similar thing where it's like Uneasy Alliance, Prince Robot, and Alana and Marco. And now the Will's back on the hunt. Well, we don't know if he accepted the job, but he probably will, just because he seemed pretty mad when we last saw him. So he's probably going to be trying to intercept them. And then Sophie and Gwendolyn. Because Gwendolyn, basically, yeah, she effed everything up. And it's all our fault because, yeah. Or I guess you could say it's her and Prince Robot's fault. Because he did something and then, yeah, it just, yeah. Why don't they all just sit around and talk about it, man? Just talk it out. Just talk it out. They don't have to kill each other. It'll be great. But yeah, that's where we're at. And coming back after this with... Oh, that was issue 32. And yeah, my thoughts on it. So that's that. So until you hear from me again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm now signing off.